So hello and welcome back. So today's video is all about my journals, most specifically these four, because I thought these four are the most visually appealing, I'd say, because I do have ones where I just write. I have like sketchbook almost-esque, but these are what I like to consider, I don't know, art journals, probably. It's the closest I can get to that. So I'll go through it all. I've recorded a lovely flick through of them all, and I'm going to voice over and try and explain to you what they are. So just thought as a little timeline, this is my first journal that I had. Before anybody starts, I've covered up the picture of the two girls on the front page because I don't think they'd appreciate being on my YouTube. So yeah, so this is my first one. I want to say I think I started this in late 2023 and I finished it towards the middle of 2024, I'd say, where I then made myself this one, which is still not completed, but I'd say it's a lot more packed than, say, my newest one is. So yeah, I'll explain, but this one's not as pretty. There's no one on the cover of that one. And then we have my current journal, which I've made all of these, by the way. The ones I'm showing you I've made. So this one, this is the first one that I actually sewed the signatures down, where otherwise I would just use elastic bands on my other ones. Create myself a nice little one, and then this one was one that I made at a artist group session thing. We were doing a junk journaling kind of session, and I created this one. So just long story short, the spine is actually a pencil, so you always have a writing utensil. I don't know why I held that like a knife. And then it's got a concertina spine, and then the signatures are held together with, once again, elastic bands. And then once you can squish that together, and you can hook this pencil through, and it means you've got a journal and something to draw with at the same time. The ones that I won't show you today, or I won't show you big flip throughs of, this one specifically, this is my journal, I like to call it. So I write a lot in here. Yeah, I have pictures of people, I have little drawings I've done, I've had things that I pick up, and I also write like the titles in the top. So some examples of some titles, I guess. Thank fuck it's Friday. Oh my god, I'm now 19. What is this? Life recently. Men, to be honest. What else? Lovesick idiot. That is me. The same day. More shit. Yeah. There's also like no energy, no college, illness and fuck all, hospital and rest. Yeah, and then I'll show you this one. I needed a filling, or two fillings, so I drew some teeth. What else have I got in here? My mate made paper aeroplane, so I drew it. Had to take a you-know-what test, so I drew that in here. I have some petals of a flower I pressed between my books. Started my antidepressants. Lipstick kisses, marks, things like that. And then this one is a more sketchbook, work in progress. Yeah, there is not many completed pages in here, I'd say, which is why I haven't featured it But oh, here is a work in progress of the 3 of Sleep Token's touring members. So you have 2, who is obviously the second member of Sleep Token, and then 3 and 4 who are touring with them, or have been this year. What else do I have in here? Why was there fucking fruit in my jelly? My dad got me an M&S fancy jelly that had fruit in it. It wasn't very nice. Sketches of people I've done at the pub. This is Tyr and Fenrir. I don't know what else I have, to be honest. Sleep Token, but I wanted to try it in that. I don't know. Is there a name for this font? Like, usually you see people with, like, from death metal bands with it for tattoos. What else? More postcards. I think you'll find out that I have a thing for postcards. I really do like them. Your arms feel like home and I'm homesick. And a drawing of my hand and someone's. If you know me, you'll know who it is. I have another postcard. This is a shark in it. And then I have like poems on the back of these. So like, do you realise how much I love you? Like, no babe, you were drunk. I have, these are fruit drawings. What is this? I am sorry I begged you to love me. Oh yes, because I wrote a poem, didn't I? I don't know. Yeah. Oh, and I start every book the same. Or all of the ones like these, like hardcover, pre-made books, I always start, I put a little Polaroid of myself in. And I have, so like this one, I have one, and the reward is always a kiss. If I ever lose these, my reward is always a kiss. I think it's funny because, you know, hopefully I might lose them in front of someone. Kidding. Oh, honourable mention. I also have a Wreck This journal. I do enjoy this. I don't think I have done much in it though. I can show you the 3 pages I think I've done. So this is cover this page in tape and in some sort of pattern. These are glow in the dark stars, and I put masking tape over them. Glue in a photo of yourself. So glue in a photo of yourself you dislike and deface. So here is the wonderful picture. It's a 0.5 that my mate Juno took of me in my photography class 2 years ago now, and I created a paper cut version. Why the fuck not? And then, oh, didn't realise, don't look at yourself through their eyes, and then eyes in the page, I guess. Oh, and then I decorated the title page. So I started this basically a year and 3 months ago, and then wrote this journal to create is to just write. So yeah, sorry I've rambled so much. If you want to see more of my artwork or anything like that, or even I have like badges that I'm figuring out to get, like, whatever, please add me on my art Instagram and you will see many different things on there, especially because in a few weeks I'm allowed to post my exam unit stuff from my graphics A level, so be prepared, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. Bye! So, hello, this is VoiceOver Daisy here. So yeah, these are, here's my desk, here's my journals, and let's get into it. So, this is my first journal, which I did explain in the front. Yeah, this is me. I'm pointing at myself there. That is a page all about my best friends, and stars have seemed to be my favourite shape or whatever for quite a long time, so it's just a page full of stars. That page is fingerprints, because I was covered in printing ink This page also has my Gumph who passed away, some drawings people have done of me, again with the handprints. This, don't know why I emphasised it was floppy, but that was actually a note that I wrote to my dad because I wanted to get some feelings off my chest. Same with the page, you'll see that is purple and pink. I cut myself off somehow. That page is also a letter. These are Tetra Pak prints that I've made. There's quite a lot of stuff in this book. I won't go into detail about everything. That's the cheese tax page, one of my favourites out of this book. If you know the meme or whatever of TikTok, there's my mate Cameron. No, because remember people, no is a complete sentence. Again with the stars, and I do a lot of typography in these books, so that one, someone will fix me. No, I will fix me, because I feel like that's an attitude you really need to have. You can't put all your feelings on other people and expect them to fix it, because you need to. Duh. I have little windows showing a trip I had to the beach. Oh look, there is a self-portrait of myself in true Musical.ly style, I like to say. I remember watching them types of videos when I was younger. So this one is actually, in that envelope you see there, is actually a letter that I wrote to my ex-boyfriend because I couldn't figure out my feelings post-breakup. And this is a mixed media piece, I guess, about soulmates. Again, cut paper, one of my favourites. We went to go see the Ghostbusters movie, so. And then a window for some reason, and a room that was based off of some lyrics from a band I really like. There's a sketch, that's a drawing and a paper cut version of my desk. A page full of receipts and me being sucked into my phone like rain rot under the sea. Do love a bit of under the sea. Another self-portrait, me and my dog Mario. We went to the arcades down the beach.
Please give it a shot.
So this is based that I'm talking over myself. I think I need someone older. That's based off a tattoo someone had. That is the picture I made of a church. To be honest, towards the end of this, there is not much work in it. Oh look, here we go, writing letters to myself again. This was again trying to get over one of my exes. Some little drawings I did with my cousin. This was a piece, I had a crush on someone, so I drew something about them. As you can see, I do, like, kind of not make my mind up. So there is just a ton of stuff that have been ripped out, put back in. I have pictures that I intended to cut up. That's a fake nail. So this is the thing that fell out the back of the book, which I just shoved back in there. I have train tickets, I have a picture of me and my mates. That little circle you see is from the British Museum. Yeah, that's my first one. So this is the one that I made with Waste Smiths. I did go into detail, but then at the beginning, but as you can see, it does have that accordion spine, albeit it is a bit hard to take the pencil out of. And then I have my name across the front, which is Daisy, not Marshy. Marshy is a nickname. And then I have, you can light up the dark. Most of my favourite quotes seem to be about the darkness and stars. And then here is the second one. Second? Yeah. This one's pretty plain, there's not much on the front of it. Them frog stickers you see are from my best mate Lucy. That letter is actually, I think, to my dad. I'm not entirely sure, but I have pages I haven't finished. And I don't think I want to be honest. There is my last letter to my dog Gunther, who passed away. I keep hitting my light. is, to be honest. But I have a ticket from a show I went to go see, what, 3 years ago now. Tissue paper is a page. This is, I saw a guy who was holding his horn like that once, so I was like, it fell. I don't. Revenge is not in my plans, you'll fuck up without me. It's targeted towards a friend. A hollow cage of calcium that used to hold my heart is lyrics from a Suicide Boys song. And then there is a heart, but some daisies, because again I am Daisy. A door, no, window, and oh, look at this metallic watercolour I got. It is unbelievably cool. So the page on the left I did based upon the whole 5 things I can see. So there's Billy, and then the shark on the right side was, if you can read that, a birthday present. So I of course swim along. I had to include him in my journal because one of the best presents I've ever been given, I have to say. But I think out of all of them, this one is, I would say, my least favourite, just because there is just pages I haven't finished. Oh, here we go, me with postcards again. But I don't know, I like the pages as they are, but together in a book I'm a bit like, eh. We took a trip to Borderwood with my cousins who came over from America. Oh, look, there's my sticker collection, and give yourself some credit for how far you've come. Remember, you aren't that kid anymore. Well, that was the message I was giving myself at least. So I have some hands. The lyrics on the right are, why can't I think? Sleeping with Siren lyrics. Again, pages I need to finish. Letters towards people. Jellyfish, do not pet them, obviously, because they're paper, duh. But I have some jellyfish in there. My hand, for some reason. Yeah, wrong hand nowadays. Some pixels. This is a page about me in an old friend group, and how much shit has grown and changed. There is so much love in my heart that it doesn't all fit. Grow through what you go through. Again, with the quotes. Cut my wounds and call it art. Watch me as I come apart. That is watercolour and paper. That is again a Suicide Boys song. This is an envelope I painted over and have just ripped. So well done, Daisy. But sometimes a home isn't 4 walls. It's two eyes and a heartbeat and a stupid little smile. Again, targeted towards a certain person. More random stuff here, so this is just me sticking stuff in now. I took a trip to Sutton Hoo, which is an ancient burial site, and I cut up all my things to do with that. A ripped up drawing, I really don't know. I do, with my pages here, I don't just use black, no, I don't just use white paper. Oh, there's the octopus that Lucy drew me, love you Luce. I use old bags, like old paper bags that I get. I use like all kinds of different materials because I like having different feeling pages, I guess. Don't do drugs. Do drugs if they're prescribed. That's a paper cut piece I made. Another envelope. But I do like the pages in this book, just not all together, if that makes sense. Like, oh, there is a photogram, yeah, that my mate did me. There is Robbie from Paradise PD, one of the comfort shows. Some other little sketches. Oops. Some paper that I was going to use for a piece. I keep cutting myself off. That picture my mate took, and then this picture was taken on the day of my mum and my dad's wedding. But that's why it's in there. I have some windows that I drew. That's just another stitched mixed media piece, and yeah, there's not much I can say about that one, to be honest. And this is my pride and joy. This is the latest of my journals. So on the front I have pieces of sea glass with bind runes on it. This says Daisy Joy Marshall, my name, just doxed myself. Obviously I've stitched on the side of this, very proud of that. I don't know why I've paused. Why have I paused? I have bind runes for creativity and resilience and stuff on the front. I have some journal prompts and I made it on the third, the second of the third. I cut myself off. That print at the top is actually a Tetra Pak print that I did, so I've got it on one side and then on the other. Again, with the postcards, you'll see a lot more in this book. It's a little letter that I wrote to someone. Yeah, next page. Oh, what's that? A postcard? Duh. Yeah, I got invited to a degree show to the uni I'm going to. There's a picture of me, my sister, and the dog that passed away. These are raffle tickets that I've kept. Just more documentation of things. So this is a postcard that my stepdad brought me back from when he went to Germany for work. I sat in seat 54 on the train. I got invited out for the Grand National, you know, the horse racing. Another postcard. You are a gift to this cruel world. Never forget that. I got told that and it stuck with me, so I wrote it down, I guess. Oh, and look at that. Another postcard with a darkroom print photogram beneath it. That is the red letter on the right, or now the left, is a letter I got from the uni I'm going to. Please help me understand, in runes and English. Don't know why, just did it. That's a letter to one of my best mates. I drew myself as a Pokemon card, and I have not glued them down, I promise. They're just tape. There is a dude I drew for my graphics. Tissue paper. And look at that. It's another postcard. Because, again, one of my favourites. One thing with this book is not all the pages are A5 pages. I've cut them up, I've used scrap pieces of paper when creating them, so as you can see here, it is a double, like an A4 spread, but then I also do have pages that just don't fit, which I do really like, because there isn't that pressure to fill a big page. So you saw my McDonald's wrapping. I had the Minecraft McDonald's meal, so I had to put it in there. Duh. I walked through a graveyard, so there's graves and a leaf I found. I took a walk, so there's my journey. Again, just little things that I've picked up during the day and I've sat and wrote about. This is where I actually sat and made that sunshine journal. So I have a leaflet in there. I don't think there's much else in this book, apart from a couple of conceptual drawings for a piece I was going to submit for an art exhibition. So there it is. But yeah, that's it. So thank you ever so much for joining me while I sat and rambled about my journals, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye. Daisy.